Hello guys, my name is Vishal. In this video, let's have a look on gradient tool. So to explore more about gradient tool, I would like to create some shape here. So let's take a star here. Just hold shift and drag it and then just place it in the center. That should be fine. So what I do is right now I've got a white color fill and black color stroke, which you can generally change it to something else in fill and also in the stroke color also. So what I'm going to do here is select the star, and we have this tool called gradient, and then just click it and then click it there. So that will be applied onto this particular shape. It can be any path, any closed shape which you have created, and you get the color applied to it. So if I just go to this particular area and find out gradient, you get some options here which you can use and create more types of gradient colors. So defaultly it has created a black and white gradient. I can click on this drop down and then change it to yellowish orange red color gradient. I can go for fadey sky, and I can create a vignette effect. So you have some preset colors here, and not only that, you can generally go to this section here called swatches, and then you have the same thing applied: the black and white, the orange yellow, the blue, the fading sky, and the vignette gradient. All that's there here in the swatches. And also you can click these three lines and then go to open swatch library, and here you have a lot of presets where you can pick colors from. In that, generally if I choose beverages, you get a color swatches just for a color palette for the reference, whereas if I click into the gradient section, you will have a lot of different types of gradients. Let's say if I choose the sky, then you get a lot of sky gradients which you can generally apply, okay, onto this shape. So you have all that beautiful colors what you see in the sky, from the afternoon sky to the evening sky and all. So you can also explore more in gradients. You can maybe go for foliage, and then you get the foliage colors there. So you can explore all that different types of colors what we have got here, and then apply onto your shapes. I'll just go back to the gradient here. You have three types of gradients here. So right now you are in the linear gradient. You can choose it from here also. Okay, I just wanted to create select some color harmonies, which it would be some vibrant color gradient. So I just pick something from there, okay, and then I will go back to the gradients here. So this is linear gradient, okay. Right now in the canvas, what you are able to see is the gradient annotator, on which it's like a bar, and on which you have the color stops, and you can select them and then edit the color stops there. So you can select on both sides of this gradient annotator, just drag it, and then you can change the position of that particular gradient annotator like that, okay. So no matter where you are moving, the effect of the gradient doesn't change, but if I change it to left, it's really working, because there's no point if I move it up or move it down, the effect of the gradient doesn't show anyhow. That's the reason I'm able to move on the left and right comfortably like that. Okay, but when I move it up or down, it's not really working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select I go to the opposite side here, and then just try to move this cursor, and you could see some rotation, and then you can able to rotate it. Okay, now if I generally move it, it should work moving from there like that. So up and down is working because there's some sense if I move it, because it's in angle, and you can rotate it in whichever angle you wanted it to be. And also you can scale this gradient annotator like that. And there is a mid handle here, midpoint. I can select that and try to control the blend between these blue and orange colors like that. So this is basically the gradient. You can also try exploring this gradient in this gradient palette itself. So I can, if I want to change the color of this particular color stop, I need to double click that, and then you get a color picker here. So the first one is like RGB sliders. You know that I can make a red color just by increasing the red value and reducing the green and blue. And if I want yellow, I need to increase the red and the green completely, and it becomes yellow. And you want orange, it should be midway in the green. So in similar fashion, if you are very much aware of RGB values, you can just explore that. Okay, or you can go to this color picker and then keep changing the colors. You have the value going vertical, and let's say if I go upside, it's brighter. If I go downside, it's darker like that. And if I go to the left and right, it keeps changing the hue of that particular color. And you have opacity, and if I change the opacity to 0%, generally, you know what happens here, that part of the object becomes transparent. Okay, you could see that it's now transparent there. And the reason is you have changed the opacity here to 0%. Okay, when I move this particular color stop, you could see the location is keep changing here like that. And also the rotation of this can be affected by just entering numeric values there. Okay, that's how you can edit this color picker here. And I can click this button reverse, which means let's say if you see here, I've got pink on this side and orange on this side. If I click this button, it swaps orange to the right and to the left whenever I just keep clicking it. Okay, and you have the other gradient type, which is basically the radial gradient. Okay, radial gradient, again I can just select that particular handle. I can move it anywhere I wanted like that, and here also I can scale that particular gradient handle. This is for scaling, and then when I move the cursor, it rotates. Again, rotates doesn't make any difference. Okay, until you change the position to off center a little bit. Okay, and again you can change the color stop position there, and you can also scale that however you wanted it to be. You can also make it soften as you could see like that. So it gives a very beautiful transition there. So this is radial gradient, and you can select on the sides here and scale the radius, and here if you click, it will become a elliptical shape gradient here. And if you want to control the ellipse shape, you can go here and then change the percentage to 100 to make it clear circle. If I put it to 50, then it becomes the circle that way. Okay, like that. So that's basically the radial gradient. And if I just go to the last one, this is freeform gradient. So freeform gradient is a very unique type of gradient you have got, which has got this color points here. You can select that, And then when you select that points here, and you can double click, and then you can change the colors as you wanted it to be. And if I just wanted it green, I can change it to green. If I want it to be blue, I can change it to blue. Anything you wanted, just change that colors and you get it there. Okay, so once you select this particular point, and you can relocate that, you can move the position anywhere you wanted. You can also increase the radius of that point like that. Okay, if I hold this point and drag outside the path, it is deleted there. Okay, and if you want to add more points here, let's say I've got 1 2 3 4 5, so I can select click anywhere here in this hand of the star, just click there and you got a point here. Click here, you got another point. You can double click, you can change the color. Click in the center, double click, change the color to cyan. So you could see you have picked different colors on different sides of the object here. Okay, so it's a very you have a greater level of control while you're doing this thing. Okay, so you could see you have the spread option. You can increase the spread or decrease the spread, which you are able to do here interactively in the canvas itself, like that. Okay, and you can also change opacity, where you can make that part of the object transparent. Okay, so you can select any particular point and then hit this delete stop button, which is a color stop as we were talking. So you can click that, and then you can again change it to something else. Like that. Okay, you have these points, and also you have lines here. You can select the lines, click, 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 and it gives me a path of colors here. You can select that particular point. Creating, moving, deleting a color stop that causes one or more paths to intersect is not supported. Actually, it can be moved. I don't know why it's not moving. So you can select that, and you can change the color. As I told you, again, it's as simple as the points method only. You can drag that outside and it gets deleted, or you can use the keyboard shortcut, which is delete button on the delete keyboard, and that gets deleted. You want to add a point, just click on that, it adds more points there. But make sure that you are not adding too many points, as it can, make the scene more heavier. So gradients are very useful way of coloring your objects. So what I've done is I've downloaded one illustration from internet. I will share that link in the description. So what I've got here is a simple illustration. You might be worrying, where is this illustration here in this particular canvas? I'd like to go to view and then say Ctrl Y, outline. Then you should be able to see these outlines of the illustration what I've got. You can bring it back, and I've purposefully made it to single color, but let's put a nice gradient onto this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the background here. Okay, click the gradient button and you get the gradient here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the color swatches, click there and open gradients, and then choose sky. You got a lot of skies here. I'm going to select this sky, looks nicer, so select that. It looks a warm evening, or maybe I want some bluish sky. I'll not make it complicated, let's keep it nice blue. Let me try this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this gradient and edit gradient here. Okay, so you can directly enter 90 degrees here, and then you can scale the so you can nicely scale and create that nice sunset here. Okay, You can also control the way colors are going on here. That's nice. And now I'm going to select one of this cloud and then go to the gradient style. Okay, and then I don't have anything like clouds as such. I'm just checking if I've got anything as clouds. No. Let me see if neutrals are there. Okay, we have neutrals, so I'm going to select that neutral and then pick this nice color. Okay, maybe this or this. I'll pick this one, and then I'll go to the edit gradient. Okay, and choose 90 degrees like that. So I can that should look nice. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one, use the color picker or eyedropper and select that, and it should give the same gradient here. Okay, let me undo. First I need to select it, select color picker, click there. Okay, then select this one, color picker, click, select color picker, click. That's nice. So I select all of them at a time and then rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, so you got that nice beautiful clouds, and we have I'll go to the swatches, then again go to the open swatch library, gradients, and we have foliage here. Select that, and I'm going to choose this foliage here. Okay, and then keep adding that foliage here like that. Okay, I'm just seeing what all there here. Maybe I can just choose a different one here. Okay, so I've got all these backgrounds nicely selected here. Just I need to select, go to the edit gradient or just enter 90 degrees, and that gives the rotation because it's coming side by side, and it's not separating the background. So I'm just changing that values. Okay, that's really nice. And now I can select all this actually there looks like a group, so I'm just I mean the branch and the leaves, they look like a group, so just wanted to okay, so you got that nice plants placed behind. You can try more in this illustration. Let's okay, I need to select that, use color picker, add that. There is some shape, color picker, add this one, color picker, add. I think this trees look different green than the background, and it makes look odd, but okay, you can just explore the colors. And I will select this shape tool, add an ellipse tool, just try to add ellipse there, and then I'll go to the swatches, then go to the open swatch library, gradients, and choose brights. Let me pick this one. I know it's out of the sky is blue and this looks very hard. It's okay, just have some fun. Maybe I can choose a white color, and this one slightly bluish. Okay, so just explore the possibilities of this. Going back, arrange, go, send back. Arrange, bring it front. Okay, now it's working. I can just put it there in the frame so that you can see something beautiful there. Okay, so gradients, just explore and have fun. Creating shapes is again, you can create using any of your drawings and fill the colors. Solid colors make it look boring, but if you add gradient, it gives that nice sense of depth. Okay, hope you liked it. Thank you very much.